Am I the a-hole?
No. It's because he found out he has a kid.
Goodbye. What? I'm glad he left her at the altar.
I don't choose violence. I call this justice. Hi guys, welcome to Honey Hearts. I'm Sandra.
And I'm V.
Here we talk about stories that are sometimes heartwarming and sometimes heartbreaking. Today we might hear a little bit of betrayal in weddings.
Yikes.
Let's get into today's stories. Today's first story comes from r/advice and reposted to r/best of Redditor updates. Today's story is titled, My Fiancé Left Me at the Altar. Yesterday was supposed to be one of the most happiest days of my life, and it turned out to be the worst. My fiancé never showed up to the ceremony, leaving me at the altar. Dang.
Off the bat, I mean...
Ouch. His friends and family tried to get a hold of him, but all calls went straight to voicemail. After waiting an hour for him, I told my guests that there wasn't going to be a wedding. I opened the reception hall and told them to enjoy food and the open bar, even if there was no ceremony. I still wanted them to have a good time and enjoy the food and drinks. I tried to call him a couple of times, but after 3 more failed calls, I just stopped and told everyone else who were trying to get a hold of him to stop. He made it clear he didn't want anyone to get a hold of him, and I wasn't going to have them waste their time. I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, off the bat, I'm hearing Opie do everything she's supposed to do.
Okay, here we go. I didn't cry. I wasn't going to cry. At least not in front of everyone. His mother came to me and apologized through tears. She told me how disappointed she was in him and that she was so sorry. I just shook my head and stuck with her the entire time. I didn't want her to cry, and I feel bad for something that wasn't her fault. I think this is the most compassion I would ever show to the groom side of the family.
Yeah, I think it's very nice of the mom to say that. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm metaphorically priming my pitchfork out already, so...
Just... The real MVPs were all my friends. They did their absolute best to keep things from being awkward and entertained everyone. They played music, danced, and one of them went as far as going back home to bring a projector and a game system for all the kids and teens to play against each other with.
Oh.
I was glad that the day was somewhat safe, but I still felt horrible. My would-be brother-in-law, Ethan, kept me from getting shit-faced, and I really wanted to. Told me that it would be awkward if I did, so I did my best to keep everyone happy. After 11, I told everyone who brought gifts to take them back and get their money back. A few of them refused and had me keep the gifts they got. Now I'm back at the hotel we got and I'm alone. This morning, I got a couple of missed calls from my fiancé and several messages, so he finally called her.
I mean,
now
I'm kind of like, and? Like, where is this going?
And? Anyways, that I haven't opened yet. I'm so angry at him. He humiliated me yesterday by not showing up when he could have told me he was getting cold feet. I had my friend message him that I want to be left alone and that if he showed up to the hotel room, I was going to call my brothers to have him removed. So far, he hasn't shown up, but I am getting phone calls from his friends, probably all wanting me to speak to him. I don't know if it's me being shallow or not, but now I'm rethinking our entire relationship and whether or not I see a future with him. I think that future was gone the moment he didn't show up to the altar.
How does one not show up to their own wedding, first of all? Like, okay, barring any sort of emergency, like, okay, he was being held at, threatened, his life was in danger.
He could have sent a message. You're like, hey, let's not do this today or something. He just, instead of just ditching the altar, ditching the wedding,
does that
and leaving the bride to deal with the consequences.
Is that the whole story so far?
No.
Oh.
Anyways,
okay, there's more.
Carrying on. So another issue is that I have an extra plane ticket. It was supposed to be for our honeymoon, but since the fiance isn't here, I decided to enjoy my little getaway vacation for myself. A couple of friends are coming with me, but not for another week since they gotta get childcare, put vacation time, etc., so they can't come since it's last second. To be honest, I want to invite Ethan because I've never traveled anywhere in my life. Aw.
Wait, is Ethan the brother-in-law?
Would-be brother-in-law. if they were to have gotten married.
Part of me is like, you go, girl. But then part of me is kind of like, family dynamic wise, kind of makes it kind of weird that you're going on the would be honeymoon with the.
Maybe they're just going as friends.
I mean, yeah,
friends.
totally. I'm just saying the dynamic's a little weird.
Ethan told me he'd go for me, but should I invite him? I asked Ethan's mom and she was all for it, but I still don't know if it'll cause drama. Any advice?
Oh, I thought she was going to ask for advice on the whole, should I forgive my ex-fiance, current fiance, would-be husband?
It sounds like OP forgot about her almost husband and
she just went straight for the, okay, so do I go on this trip with my would-be brother-in-law or not?
I mean, you go, OP, because as far as I know, you are not a married woman. You can do whatever you want.
I'm still pissed about the fiance, but before we even get to the fiance, I think if their relationship was that close and she already got the blessing from would-be mother-in-law, or I guess ex-would-be mother-in-law.
Almost mother-in-law again, maybe?
No! Oh, that's messy. But I think, if you have the blessing and they're all consenting adults, go for it.
I mean, as far as I know, they just had one big party and not a wedding. Okay, I'm just going into responses from OP. So, OP responses. My maid of honor checked if there were any accidents in the area when he didn't show up. So far, nothing, but I'm sure his parents would have gotten a hold of me if he was in an accident. So far, no. If it was an emergency, I'm sure his family would have gotten a hold of me. He sent me messages, but I haven't read them yet. I'm going to wait until I'm out of state to read them.
I mean, okay, it looks like, I was going to say, I kind of really want to see why the fiance wasn't there, but his whole family was there. His friends were there. All of their, close
They were
people
ready to party.
Yeah, so I mean, if fiance really wasn't the only one, and then he shows up with a barrage of messages the next day, probably not an emergency. I mean,
I think that's just giving the groom a little too big of a way out. You had text, you had phone, come on. One comment says, seems like Ethan genuinely cares about you, parentheses, stopped you from drinking your hurt, and to be honest, who cares if it causes drama? He left you at the altar. His brother looked after you. Take the brother. Yes.
I like how the comment went for, take the brother.
If something happens, then maybe it was meant to be. Don't force anything though, because then it will be forever awkward. And actually, this comment was marked heavily downvoted.
Really?
But I would like to switch that to a heavily upvote on my part.
I'm conflicted because on one hand, I'm like, husband had a shot, clearly blew it, clearly wasn't an emergency, had his chance, time has passed. I'm not saying, OP, hey, get with the brother right away or anything like that. I mean, yeah, is it going to be a little bit weird? It might be a little bit weird because, I mean, I'm just thinking future family gatherings.
Not that OP needs to get with the brother, but I think it doesn't hurt if OP shot her shot. What? Took her shot. If OP took her shot. I think it's okay.
I do think it's messy, but I'm also supporting OP.
OP replies to that comment, yeah, Ethan is a good guy and I doubt anything would happen between us. No, OP, don't think like that. Something might.
Why are you shipping OP with the brother?
I've seen his ex-girlfriends and I'm nowhere near his type. We definitely keep each other's backs. Come on. How can you just say you're nowhere near his ex-girlfriend's type? They were exes for a reason.
I'm kind of shipping OP with the brother. I mean, they even have the mom support. Mom said go ahead.
Mom said okay.
That's why. If it wasn't for mom saying go ahead, go do it.
Mom gave the green light.
I would
take it. Go. Oh. OP's response to people advising against inviting Ethan. Okay, so don't invite Ethan. Got it. Maybe I can ask Ethan's sister. I really don't know anything about traveling, so I kind of want to ask someone who has a clue. No, OP, forget the sister. Invite Ethan. Why are you reconsidering it?
Okay, so see, here's the thing. I see where OP's saying, I'm a little bit conflicted on whether or not OP likes Ethan or if OP really is genuinely just picking Ethan for security. Because I know, okay, some women, we don't like to travel with just girls because we feel a little bit more secure with traveling with a guy friend or, I don't know, guy cousin or guy family safety thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of like, if it's for safety, then definitely. If it's for the romantic, well, okay. I don't want to say this, but I would just caution, don't use Ethan as a rebound. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. You don't
Not
want to
that
destroy the
Ethan
friendship.
is a rebound, but he's a good friend for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And say,
And
why
you
not?
you
Go.
never know what'll happen. Yeah.
But OP needs to break it off officially with the fiance. Like,
Oh, I count
I'm
it
all
as
for the.
broken off.
Oh, okay.
Once he didn't
'Cause I'm
show up
like,
to the altar, like that is broken off. This is
true. True.
I don't know if you watch Love is Blind, but like the couples, they make it to the altar and then one can say yes or no. Like that's when they say yes or no for the final time. And once, like sometimes one person will say no, but then afterwards, and the wedding's over, and then afterwards they try to come back to their partner and say like, oh,
No.
even though I said no, like this doesn't mean it's the end of us. It's not over between us. But to me, when they said no at the altar, like it's
That's
over.
no. Like, that's a no. What do you mean, like, no, but? There is no but.
So
I
now
agree.
to me,
Okay.
OP is a free woman.
That's true. I agree. OP, do your thing. Don't waste a honeymoon. Go on that trip. Bring whoever you want, except your ex-fiance.
Update posted to the same thread. Okay, so I feel like I should explain more about Ethan. I like how OP just totally forgot about her.
I feel like Ethan is like the main point of this post.
She
It's not
forgot
even
about her
the
ex-fiance. First, I'm not going to take him. Second, I've known Ethan a little longer than my ex-fiance. Please believe me when I say he's a close friend of mine. Both of us bonded by teasing his brother, and with that, we just kind of clicked and became fast friends. I wanted to take him because I didn't know how to use my ticket in the airport. I've never been traveling, and I didn't want to look dumb by trying to figure it out. Thankfully, someone said what to do, and I'm forever grateful, so now I feel much more confident. Honestly, couldn't you have YouTubed that?
Yeah, to be fair, it's you got to know how to do these things.
Mm-hmm. I know it sounded iffy trying to take Ethan, but honestly, it was for something innocent. Mm-hmm.
The little judgment.
I see him more of a brother than anything now that I look at it all. Now that I look at all the comments you guys left. And finally, I read my ex-fiance's messages.
Okay, finally. Okay, I've been dying for this.
Yes, he's alive. All right. He wasn't in any terrible accident, and the reason he never showed up was because he found out he has a kid.
Goodbye. What? Goodbye.
Are you kidding me? That's not the update I was expecting. His childhood sweetheart came by with a kid maybe a couple of weeks ago. His best man knew and never told me because my ex didn't want him to tell me until he was 100% sure, and I guess he found out today. He apologized so many times for not showing up, but he couldn't. Oh my God, I can't even read the rest.
Wait, okay. Before you even continue, first off, he found out about the kid weeks ago.
And the best man knew and didn't tell OP?
You found out you have a kid, so what? You're not going to marry your fiance?
You had the chance to communicate it.
You ghost her the whole day? What? What does that have to do
and
with...
the best man, dude, you were going to let her walk into this marriage like this?
Cut out the best man, too. Like, he does not have your back.
Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, let me continue. He apologized so many times for not showing up, but he couldn't because he felt so guilty of what? I don't know. He said a large part of him wants to make things right and take care of his son because he always wanted a family. So screw the last 3 years, right? I don't know if that means he's going to get back with his ex because he wants to talk over the phone. Honestly, I'm done. I think it's an excuse to get back with his ex. I don't believe he's ever gotten over her and her over him, which is why she chose now to show herself. He sent a picture of the kid to me. Oh my God.
Crazy. Absolutely bonkers.
He sent a picture of the kid to me, and I went over ex-fiance's mom's Facebook to see any pictures she posted of ex-fiance when he was a kid. They're low quality, but there is definitely a resemblance. It feels so surreal to me, like this one big joke. I feel like I'm missing more info, like there's something else going on, but I'll find out later. I haven't responded, so instead I'm just going to open a bottle of wine and just get plastered. My best friend is currently on her way with takeout and ice cream, so I thought I'd share this. Maybe after my much needed vacation, I'll do another update, but right now I'm just going to do me. Until then, F you, Ben.
I'm clapping for OP. Oh, you know what? I'm glad he left her at the altar. Dodged a whole
Oh
bullet.
my gosh.
Actually, she didn't even dodge a bullet. She dodged a whole like incoming missile.
Cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, OP. Maybe wrong brother. Maybe is Ethan single?
It's like casually just
What's
asking.
the situation there?
It's like, don't write him off. I mean, OP did know Ethan before the brother, so they were friends for a longer time than she's even known the brother. I mean, fiance.
Quick interruption. Just asking you guys to give us a like and subscribe, comment your thoughts, and rate us 5 stars on Spotify. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube.
Well, in Sandra's story, I feel like OP definitely had a very supportive group. I mean, she had her friends, she even had her ex fiance's family. Now, in this story, we're talking about a different type of support on the wedding day.
Oh,
so let's get into
it. Wait.
So this story is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole? Am I the a-hole for walking out of a wedding I was part of and, quote, ruining the day? I dated my ex-boyfriend, John, for 4 years and got serious enough where we were starting to plan for our future, like weddings, kids, etc. I thought we were pretty happy, but last year he dumped me pretty suddenly. I tried to figure out what went wrong, but he said it was, quote, personal and that I should respect his space. During
Sure.
During this time, my best friend, Stacy, and her fiance, Tom, were my rocks, letting me crash at their place and just being overwhelmingly supportive and loving. When Stacy asked me to be her maid of honor, I thought it was a no-brainer and happily took on the task. Fast forward to what happened this weekend. The morning of the wedding, Tom asked me to meet him for breakfast super early in the AM before all of the festivities. I thought it was weird, but assumed he maybe wanted me to pass something on to Stacy. What happened instead was that Tom let me know that a few days prior, Stacy admitted to him that she had an affair with John.
What? And John is OP's partner? Ex-partner?
Ex-partner, yeah. The one who said, oh, for personal reasons, I need my space.
And she's being told this the day of the wedding?
Yes, the day of Stacy's wedding, her best friend's wedding.
Gosh.
Oh, yeah. Stacy admitted to him that she had an affair with John, which is what led to my breakup. He said that Stacy wanted to come clean to, quote, start their marriage fresh.
On the day of the wedding?
Oh, yeah. Love that.
She couldn't have
Nothing
told
like
him
a fresh start.
sooner?
I don't understand when people view weddings or marriage as like a whole different era. Like you just reincarnate into a different life. I mean,
is this confession day?
It's confession day.
Oh my gosh.
And that he was forgiving her to move forward. I'm sorry, Tom, what?
Wait, Tom is forgiving Stacy?
Yeah.
Oh no, Tom, no.
He had gone back and forth between telling me and finally decided to spill the beans. I guess he had expected me to forgive Stacy too, because the affair was, quote, so long ago.
How long ago was the affair?
Last year.
That was not that long ago, but okay, Tom.
I'm like, that's not that long, but maybe Tom works on a different wavelength than we do. The opposite pretty much happened, and I just walked out on the wedding. It ended up causing a huge mess because I was basically running the whole show. Stacy made me do everything, so she didn't even know what was happening at certain times or who to call. Not only that, but everyone realized that the maid of honor wasn't there. She had headshots and bios of the party on her wedding page, so everyone knew. And news of the affair eventually got out because her cousin knew John.
Ooh, I wonder how fast this spread. Was it spread, like, did the news spread during the wedding or after the wedding?
I think so, because no one knew. So I guess timeline is Stacy's told Tom on day of the wedding. Then Tom pulls OP aside and tells her. And I guess at some point between the whole thing, either someone told the cousin.
And then everybody just knew. That's crazy.
On your wedding day.
Oh my gosh.
Stacy and Tom have both been slandering me online now, saying that I ruined their once-in-a-lifetime moment. Some of their friends are on their side saying that I should have handled the situation more privately and at least stuck out the wedding since it was so last minute.
Okay, I'm sorry. OP does not owe Stacy that. That is so messed up. Go on.
My best friend just admitted that she had an affair with my ex while he wasn't an ex. But no, I should stick it out and be her maid of honor. Be happy in all the wedding photos.
Sure. Couldn't be me, but
No. I personally don't know what Tom expected, but either way, I've been bombarded with texts, and I heard that Stacy's been so upset she's had to take time off work. No, boo-hoo. Poor thing. Which does make me feel like an a-hole, especially since I've just been ignoring her calls. Am I the a-hole?
No. The moment that happened, OP does not owe Stacy and Tom anything. I wonder how Tom feels for telling OP this.
Tom is a whole bucket of his own set of problems. I don't know what he has to sort out, but
Tom, are you sure you're okay with that? You don't have to be.
And then he's mad that OP isn't okay with it. I'm like, not everyone's like you, Tom. Not everyone's gonna just take the whole affair thing and go, oh, so long ago, so 10 months ago.
Heck no, I would not. I would have walked out too.
I would have made a big fuss. I'm sorry, I would not have quietly left. I would have kicked up a big fuss.
As I was walking out, I just tell this person here, oh, that auntie looks like a very nice chatty auntie. Let me just pull her aside, tell her there. Like, why are you waiting until wedding day to make these confessions? What are these people doing?
I never understood that. I feel like, in the movies and shows, they make it seem like the wedding day is the day it's like, I'm reborn again into the relationship.
No.
Like, what?
That's not how it works. It's not a day to wash away your sins. It's a day to solidify what should have already been solid.
The audacity of Stacy to come clean and expect everyone to just be like,
bruh,
we forgive you. Totally. It's okay. It's just a little fair. No biggie.
Oh my gosh.
No biggie.
I bet you all my savings, all my measly savings, that Stacy was not gonna tell OP for as long as she could hold out.
The thing would have been a secret forever.
Yeah. Maybe on like her last dying wish would have been like, by the way, can you just tell her what happened?
It's like, remember that boyfriend, that guy you really liked, and he just like dumped you? It's because I slept with him.
Oh my gosh. Or like a few years from now, Stacy goes, by the way, Tom, our kid, it's not your kid.
That would be the tea. That would be the tea.
I just wanted to be 100% sure before I told you.
I can't believe some of the people are saying that, oh, Opie should have stuck it through because it is the wedding. It's so last minute.
No.
Okay, say she stuck it through, and then what? Like, you're going to pretend to be happy and all excited for the girl who backstabbed you?
They're all going to find out eventually.
Oh, yeah.
So either way, I mean, you can be mad that everybody knows now, but everybody was going to know eventually.
Okay, so looking at the comments. First comment. So wait, your best friend has an affair with your then fiance. Wait, I missed that.
Wait, what?
Okay, wasn't fiance. Wait, I had to like look back in the story. Okay, so the ex-boyfriend John dated OP for 4 years and got serious enough where they were planning the future. So it doesn't confirm that they were fiance like status yet, but it seems like they were serious. All right, back to the comment. Your best friend has an affair with your then fiance. He breaks up with you over it, canceling your happily ever after. She asks you to be her maid of honor. That's
bold.
That's just nasty. Ugh. But everyone is upset with you because you found out she slept with your fiance and you can't suck it up for a few hours to make her day great, to start her happily ever after.
I feel like anyone who's saying that is just talking out of their booty. Like, there's no way in that situation they would be able to suck it up or even want to suck it up. Like, I don't know why OP is obliged to suck it up.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Just because it's her wedding day that she basically helped plan?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would demand payment for the time wasted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, pay me for working for a service that I did for your wedding.
Did Stacy and Tom go ahead with the wedding?
Assuming this all went down on the actual wedding day, I think it did end up happening because OP just says that she left and that everyone's all like upset and bombarding her with things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's partially why Stacy and Tom have both been slandering her online, saying she ruined their moment.
All right. Well, Stacy had her moment.
Okay. In response to the statement, Stacy and Tom have both been slandering me online now. No, Stacy, you ruined your once in a lifetime moment by cheating on Tom and effing my boyfriend John just before the wedding. You cheated on your husband. and you cheated on your maid of honor. You betrayed everyone close to you. I'd copy and paste that everywhere on the internet. Every, quote, online slander. I'd post that 1,000 times each time she posts anything about me. That would be the boilerplate response.
Like, I empathize with that comment because I think I would go scorched earth. Like,
oh yeah, I would. I'm like, time to be petty.
Time to be petty. Time to just like post on everywhere I know. I don't think Stacy was owed anything from OP.
No.
So, as much as Stacy and Tom are bombarding OP with whatever, I think OP can do the same thing. Like, OP, don't just take it. Just fire back.
Yeah. Don't stand for this.
I don't choose violence. I call this justice.
No, last comment. Not the a-hole. Tom telling on the morning of was a way for them to start the marriage clean with no secrets in their eyes. The only problem is that they thought you would walk to that beat that they had set up, but the joke is on them when you didn't. You didn't pick a fight, you didn't blow up on anyone, and didn't give the satisfaction of any response that they had planned in their heads. You just walked away, which I have to say is boss.
That's what I'm saying. Why are people treating the wedding day as like a confession day?
And then you expect everyone to walk to that same tune? The next time someone really comes at you for what you just said, well, just say, quote, at least I didn't marry someone that cheated with my maid of honor boyfriend, and just let them take that in.
Wait, this is what, am I the a-hole?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Opie's asking,
I thought this was r/advice again.
Oh, no. No, Opie's like, am I the one? Am I the
No,
problem?
how could you be?
No, Opie is not the problem. All right, so those were our thoughts on these very juicy stories. Let us know in the comments what you thought, if you agreed with us, what advice you would give to the OPs in both stories, and let us know.
Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. And leave us 5-star rating on Spotify. Talk to you later.
Bye!